And as we go to then conversations that are being had or not had, whether Gachagua's come out of 55 days of hermitage and says, okay, now we are going to offer himself up as the way to beat the to beat the incumbent, he says, is for him to be at the front of this. And the President William Ruto had a sit down with a couple of people the other day and said, he asked President Uhuru Kenyatta to join him in taking a step up the ladder, but he chose to go down somewhere. I don't know, I can't remember the analogy that he used, but essentially that they wanted to work together at some point, but that didn't actually come to be. Now, taking what we've already set the stage with in terms of political parties and the circus that goes on there, to what we see the conversations are had with a few people who have the power, where does this create a space to really have a conversation about what the state is and where it will take us in the next election?
What has been happening is, like the president said, it was expected of President Uhuru Kenyatta, just like all the other presidents, to just retire, relax, and let someone continue with their tenure, like he was allowed maybe by Kibaki. But Uhuru, you have to remember, Uhuru is still young, he's energetic, he has been around, he has enjoyed the trappings of power, he has been around, even enjoying being the king of the mountain. So, because the last time we heard about Mount Kenya Kingpin was with Uhuru Kenyatta, because he was endorsed by Kina Kibaki, Mishoki, and the rest. There's now the other king who has come, but I don't know who endorsed him, but he has forced his way to be the king. So with the current politics, as we are seeing them, when you see Rigiji pushing himself now to be the flag bearer, people call Rigiji a bully, a prefect, and all that. If you ask me, Rigiji is the most hardworking politician in United Alternative Opposition, if you ask me, because he has always, by the way, if he goes to America, as he is saying, in the next couple of days, there will be very minimal political rallies and activities. That's what has been happening all the time. So he is, give credit to him, because give him what he deserves, because he has been pushing that way, and he has a right to say that he wants to be a flag bearer. In fact, I would say, and I want to predict here, that one, Rigathi Gachagua will be in the ballot. He'll be allowed by the Court of Appeal to say that he was treated unfairly, as we saw in the High Court. He will be a presidential candidate. And if he is, this will give President William Ruto a very easy win. Because if you look at all the other candidates as they are, if you look at, let's analyze them one by one very fast. If you look at Kalonzo is coming out as weak in terms of resources, in terms of clout, in terms of, this is his last bullet, more or less. So if Kalonzo is unable to clinch this one and be the flag bearer, truth be told, either by design or by mistake or whatever it is, 2032 is not for him. Okay? Because of the age, also to catch up with him over time. Look at Matiang'i. Matiang'i is a puppet of Uhuru. Is now a deputy in the Jubilee Party, and he's likely to follow whatever Uhuru will say. If Uhuru tells him to remain in the opposition, he will remain there. If he tells them to go to Ruto side, he might go there. And remember, I keep saying, Uhuru Kenyatta is not an enemy. Is a friend of President William Ruto. I give examples of the current government. He has 3-4 cabinet secretaries, the likes of Kabogo, this agriculture.
When you say he has, what does that mean?
I mean, we know the process of how we got the current CSs that we had. We have the experts, more or less. So he has an expert by the name of Kabogo. He has an expert by the name of the agriculture CS. He has an expert by the name of Lee Kenyanjui and the others. So what I'm saying is, Matiang'i issue is now about maybe 2032. Now look at the other candidates within this forum. Like Rigiji said, it is easy to say by mouth, but practically, is it possible to have the capacity to run the presidential campaigns? We are told by Moses Kuria, or someone said yesterday, that they are going to America with the president in the month of September. It may be hearsay, but whatever they are going to discuss has a lot of impact on 2027 politics.
Well, I mean, it's the United Nations General Assembly that comes in September. Maybe that's what everybody's traveling for.
Why are we not having Kalonzo going there? Why are we not having Matiang'i? So my point is, as we move to 2027, the presidential candidate who has already even come out right now, who is seen to have a plan of Singapore, Vision 2060, or the whole plan on what he wants to do for this country, is one William Samoei Ruto. The rest are just one term. I will remove. They have no clear plan, and even those who have a plan, the only plan they have is when you get to power, we'll demolish the houses, we'll demolish Shah. I mean, you cannot campaign on a platform of destruction. So my point is, simply put, if the united opposition are not going to organize themselves in a better way than they are, chances are they are going to be defeated.